Hey TKP lovers, I wanted to come to you guys with the behind the scenes. This is the cutting of this soap. And the reason why I say this soap is because I haven't come up with a name yet. I don't really use the names by of the fragrance, um, or like strawberry soap or anything like that. So I got to come up with a name for it. Made it yesterday. And so this is the loaf. And here you go. You can smell it. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Don't that smell delicious? But this is the bar. Well, the loaf that's getting ready to be cut into bars. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am working to prepare for our lunch. Um, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've made soap. I, I started this business back when I was in my, what was I? I was in my 30s, my early 30s. And I started making skincare. I was a cosmetologist then. And so I started making skincare back then, and I was also in college. And just kind of started on a whim because, me and my daughter, we both were, have sensitive skin. And I came across this young lady who came and set up in the shop one day, and she made a lotion. And I was just so intrigued by the fact that this girl was able to um, create a whole lotion, like a whole lotion. Are you guys ready to see the inside of this soap? Let me show it to you. Boom! Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. That is absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that a gorgeous bar? Look at the strawberries on top. That is gorgeous. I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of that bar. So proud. So anywho, I was just so intrigued by the fact that this girl was able to create her own lotion, and so I did purchase from her, and it smelled so good. It was like a peach, and of course, I'm a Georgia peach, so I'm gonna run to that, right? And so I bought the lotion, but it was really greasy. Like when you put a lotion on and you go to, maybe start putting your clothes on, grab your shoes, you have to wait for the lotion to kind of like, for your skin to absorb the lotion. And, I liked it. I liked this fragrance, but I didn't like the feel. So it just kind of, I guess, woke up my creative juices because I've always been a creator. I mean, hence I was a cosmetologist for 15 years. And, and so now um, I, I'm a therapist, but back then, I decided to go ahead and try my hand at, I just started with like a simple body scrub, and I just was thinking that if I can make this body scrub, I could possibly make other things that me and my daughter, could possibly use. Cause so I really didn't think to, I really did not think to start a business. I really just wanted to do it for, me and my daughter. She had eczema, and then I, would just kind of break out easily when it came to different, um, you know, products. And so back then, Bath and Body Works was really popular. And I would buy the lotions, but I wouldn't put them on my skin. I would just kind of rub them on my clothes. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I mean. Hit me in the comments on that. But I, started out with my body scrub, and then I took it to the shop because we had a nail tech, and the nail tech tried it and she absolutely loved it. And so she wanted to purchase it. I let some of the other stylists in the shop try it. And um look at how beautiful that bar is, y'all. I'm sorry. But this is just such a beautiful bar. Oh my God. Look at the thickness of the bar. If you wanted to, you could cut the bar in half and have two soaps. Um, but that is a absolute gorgeous bar. I'm sorry. I am so in love. I love pink is one of my favorite colors. I love red as well. And um I'm just blown away here. I'm going to make another loaf today. So, long story short, I started out with the scrub, and people ended up loving the scrub and were, started asking if they could, purchase some. And so I'm like, like I really didn't think about this as a business. This is just me being my creative self, and um, you know, doing what I do. I made jewelry. I used to do greeting cards, and I would write my own poetry. I used to do messages in a bottle, and so there were, I've always been that creative person. I really get a joy out of creating things that people enjoy. And so this ended up being a wonderful addition to my life. And it just brought me a sense of calm and peace. And so I was like, well, hey, if people want to buy it, then maybe I do need to consider, packaging and selling. But at the time, I didn't have any money. I was a college student. I didn't go to college until I was 30. Like I said, I was a cosmetologist. So I was a cosmetologist for 15 years. And then, I just woke up one day and started to question my life. And I just decided that I wanted more. I just wanted more for me. I wanted more for my daughter. When I started college, I was 30, and she was like going on. I can't even get my thoughts together, but I was 30, and so she was going on like 5 years old at the time, and so I just recognized that I wanted more for life, and I wanted to show her that we can graduate from college, and if you set your mind to do whatever it is you want to do, then you can definitely achieve that. So, anywho, long story short, I was in school and I didn't have the money to buy any packaging. And I started to do the research, find the companies that, sold packaging, but I just didn't have the money. And so after I was taking a math class, and my math I've never been that great at math when I was like in high school. And so, of course, over the years, I, got better at it. But I dropped my math class because I didn't think that I was going to pass it. And so when I dropped the math class, I thought that I was going to have to pay pay back some money. And that was not the case. And so actually I ended up getting a refund check. And one day me and my daughter came home, and I went to the mailbox, and in the mailbox was a refund check it was almost like $1,000. And I hollered and screamed and yelled and praised and all of these things. And I was just so excited because I just didn't see the extra money anywhere to try to, get things done. And so I bought my jars. And that was the start of takoriblendz. And so after I started out with the scrub, then I started making body butters, I started making roll-on perfumes and bath oils and hair moisturizers and all of these things. And it was right on point because I was in a salon with a lot of women, and I was able to display my products in the salon, and it just started from there. And I started doing fairs, and everything was great. And so then when I got into my master's program, I did it for a couple of years, and then when I got into my master's program, I didn't make soap at that time. I didn't know how to make soap at that time. So when I got in my master's program, I got in a master's in a year program where I was able to get my master's in a year as a social worker. And that thing took up all my time. Like, I could barely work. So thank God for student loans, but um I this was a great extra income for me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed just watching people get excited about my skincare, and just really enjoyed the fact that people really loved my products. So when I got into that master's program, it took up a lot of my time, and I wasn't able to continue to do the master's program, try to work. I was trying to, raising my daughter. I was trying to do the skincare line. It was just too much. So I ended up, I hate it because I kind of feel like I could have been like the first Shea Moisture. Okay. Um, because when I did stop, I was at the point where I was looking to get my products in Whole Foods, and I knew that Whole Foods had like this list of products ingredients that you couldn't have in your products, and I knew that my products did not have those chemicals in it, and so I ended up I ended up having to stop doing takoriblendz because I just did not have the time. I just did not have the time. And so I had to choose, and that was the thing. Like, I kept my job. I just had to choose because school was just really demanding. And so, yeah, I stopped. And so that is how takoriblendz got started. And so after a couple of years, I started back. I think like in 2014, I started back, and then my oldest sister passed. And you know, it's never easy when you lose a loved one. And for me, that changed my life. It really changed my life. It made me look at life totally different, but I kind of lost my creative flow. Um, and so, yeah, I stopped doing it in 2016. And, you know, I just, it was crazy because um, I had just created like a moisture whip named after her. It was called Wanda's Hoops because my sister loved. Let me show it to you actually because she loved vanilla, the fragrance vanilla, and my sister used to wear these really big hoop earrings. And this is what it looked like back then. So it was called Wanda's Hoops. That's the packaging. And this is what my moisture whip looked like back then. So they were triple butter moisture whips, which I will be making these this time around. And so I made this to remember my sister by, and I would definitely be bringing this back. And so, but I stopped. I stopped doing it, and I don't know. I think I just kind of lost the zest for creativity. You know, my world had changed, and life hasn't been the same since. But I don't I don't focus on the fact that she's not here anymore. I focus on her life, and her smile and those hoop earrings, and um, what she meant to me and the family, and you know, um, the love that she gave us all. And so I focus on that. I try not to focus on the fact that she's not here. That is what delays your grief. Because honestly, when she passed, I didn't grieve until she passed in April of 2016. I didn't grieve until September of 2017. Like, I think I just was like trying to survive. I was just trying to get through it. My daughter was graduating from college from high school the same year. It was just a lot going on. And so I didn't grieve her until literally I quit my job. I had a really stressful job. I used to work at this place, and when you work somewhere and people don't appreciate your hard work, and just try to treat you like crap. They already paying you like crap, and then they want to treat you like crap because you won't conform or sing and dance. And I'm not made for that. Which I knew I was made to be an entrepreneur. But I do what I have to do to get the experience I need to get, and I just had to, push through. Right? I just had to push through. Yes, they was treating me like crap, but I had an agenda, and my agenda was to have my own private practice, and the experience that I was getting on that job was magnificent. It was literally like our diagnostic manual. I could see that live, like in people. Every diagnosis pretty much in there, I could see it live and be able to learn how to treat it. And it was just great experience, but the organization was just absolutely horrible. And so so I quit the job because I had just got fed up. I was already doing my private practice part-time. So I didn't, when I quit, this is a whole nother story. I have to come back in another cutting on that. But, when I quit, I had my private practice at that time for like 3 years part-time. So I would work a full-time, get off my full-time, and then I would go to my private practice. And so this is a really big bar. I just want y'all to see how big that bar is. See how big that bar is with my hand? See that? That's just, if I hold it this way, that's just how big that bar. Look at how big that bar is. And look at how thick it is. That's my thumb. So that's a big bar. And this is kind of like 2 bars in one. If you cut it that way, right? If we cut it in half, that's like 2 soaps, right? So anywho, I quit the job, but I had my part-time business for 3 years, had built up clientele. I had saved the money, all the money that I made on my part-time, I just saved it. And so when I quit, I didn't recognize how great of a position I was in. But God just made it happen. He just made it work. It was really, the signs was there that I needed to quit a while back, but I just was afraid, to be honest. I was afraid. I couldn't see the victory. Right? And I was just afraid, but it just got to the point where I was just sick and tired of being treated like crap, and I knew I worked my butt off. And thank God for me having the talent that I had and the education that I had, and thank God that I was already creating that second business. So anywho, long story short, I had quit that job, and I was at, most of my clients were in the evenings, right? Because I worked during the day, and then I would leave my full time to go to my practice in the evening. And so, I ended up, that's when I grieved, because during the day I really didn't have much to do. And so I started to, that was when it hit me. That was the first time my life had settled down, and I didn't have as much distraction, and so that's when I finally grieved her. I found myself, just crying episodes, staying in the bed. It was just hard, but it was a process that needed to happen so that I could be able to move forward and, and like deal with that loss, And so, So, I stopped in 2016, and then recently, with everything going on with COVID, I absolutely love what I do. I love making a difference in people's life. I love seeing people grow. I love seeing people, change into their authentic self. I love seeing people want and I love seeing people hungry for change, right? Just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And but with COVID does make it a little heavier to do. It does make the job a little heavier to do for us therapists. But um um so I said, well, you know what? I was thinking about um just trying to, I realized that when I don't create, I'm not myself. Creating is just a part of who I've always been. And so when I'm not creating, I'm not balanced. And I just didn't feel balanced. I felt heavy. What I COVID, all this racial injustice, everything that's been going on has just made life a little bit harder to deal with. And so, yeah. So I was like, let me go back to something that I love, because I constantly, what I tell my clients, I try to do myself. And like I tell my clients, a lot of times we try to explore, let's go back to the things that, when we talk about coping skills, let's go back to the things that we, that you used to love as a child, right? Because this is part of that self journey. This is part of getting to know who you are. And a lot of times, if we go back to our childhood, we can see the clues are there, right? As a child, I was the queen of mud pies. I was the queen of mud pies. You hear me? I would get my little mud pies, and I would get the little red berries, and certain little leaves. The little what's the name of the bush? I can't think of the bush, but it used to stick you. It would poke you. It used to have those little little pointy edges on it, and if you like rubbed up against it, it would just stick you. And so, yeah, I used to love that. I used to love playing in the mud. So much so, I've been thinking about getting me a kennel and doing pottery. But Lord, those things are expensive. And so I was like, you know what? I think I want to do takoriblendz again. I think I want to bring that back. I thank God for talents. I try to keep my everything that I do, like my cosmetology license, I keep those active. Like you just never know when you may have to go back to something, right? So don't burn the bridge with others, and don't burn your own bridges, right? And so I didn't want to um yes, so anywho, I always kind of go back to my loves, and I know how much I enjoy doing this. And so it has been definitely a pleasure. And so now I am working to stock up for the launch, um, and prepare to do this business again. I'm going to do it at my own pace, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. But I'm excited. I'm excited to make, beautiful products that like this, that you guys can enjoy and that can bring you some joy. I really wish you guys could smell this. Smell vision. Let's see. Hmm. It smells so good, you guys. This strawberry is just absolutely fantastic. And it's so funny because the company I purchased the fragrance from, when I got the bottle was like, it was like this much at the top that was not filled, so it made me feel like they cheated me an ounce, right? And when you're buying the ingredients for these products, they can get really expensive when you're trying to buy quality ingredients. And so I emailed, hey, the jar was not filled. Basically feeling like they owed me an ounce of fragrance, right? And so she was just saying that certain dense fragrances, they'll settle. And, so basically it's normal. And I'm like, no, ma'am, y'all are skimped an ounce. And she was like, no, she was like, just put it on a scale, pour it into a cup, and you'll see. And I did. And it was a 4-ounce bottle. And when I measured it, it was like 3.9. So now that I love the fragrance, I was like, I'm not ordering from them again. I still feel like they're cheating me, but they wasn't, right? I poured it in the cup. They cheated me just that little piece, but no. I mean, it was fine. And so I do plan to, I'm in love with this soap, so I do plan to go ahead and use this scent. Uh, it just smells so good, and no, my nose did not touch this bar. But anywho, so yeah, so here we are, takoriblendz relaunching, and the business is named after my daughter. This is her middle name, Takori, and so it's a labor of love, named after someone that I love, and I hope that you guys love us. Okay. All right, so I know I kind of rambled on there, but that was the cutting of, what are we going to name her? I do not know, but if you have any ideas, the theme of this business this time around is promoting positive well-being and self-care. And so um, the names of the products will, I want it to be to reflect that. So, like I have a salt bar. The salt bar, um, yeah, it's called. I think it's clarity, right? And so clarity exfoliating salt bar. And so I want our products to bring you guys happiness, excitement. I want it to, promote positive well-being. Aromatherapy is all, it works so well for me, and I know how fragrances can just make us feel great and fantastic. It can change our mood. And I want to bring quality ingredients, healthy ingredients. These soap bars are made with shea butter and cocoa butter and mango butter and avocado oil, and so many good rich ingredients that literally moisturizes your skin. This is not, a fake, the fake moisturizers, or a quart of moisturizer, whatever. No, these ingredients are specifically made to, um, for your skin, to help in, love on your skin, right? Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied, but so anywho, um, I'm excited. Can't wait for the can't wait to get fully stocked so that I can launch. The launch date is coming. I'm shooting for January 1st, but I'm trying, because what's delaying me is that I had a website already done from when I did this back in 2014. And the website, all I had to do was just update the pictures. But when I purchased the domain name again, for some reason, GoDaddy and Wix could not get my website connected. And that took like a month, almost a month and a half. And they kept pointing the fingers back and forward to each other. So I just got frustrated because it put me behind. And so now I am having to rebuild. I'm having to build a brand new website from scratch with Shopify. So please bear with me, y'all. I am working hard to get this up and going. So please just save your coins on the side for us, and we will get this out to you as soon as possible. Okay. The website, if you do go to the website and you would like to be added to the email list, then please, you can go to the website at takoriblendz.com, and there is a email, a contact form there where you can put your email in, and then we can definitely send you an email once we launch. But I'm going to see what things are looking like come mid December, and then I'll know if I can meet that January 1st date. Okay. And if you would like if you know that you would like one of these bars, then you can also send the email, and I'll put one to the side, for you. Um, but these do have to cure. So these won't be ready until, let's see. So today is the 5th. One, two, three, four. So really, they won't be ready until one, two, three, four, mid February actually. So these will be, I'm sorry, January. So cold processed soaps, it takes at least 4 to 6 weeks to cure, right? So right now this bar is a little soft, and as time goes by, the water evaporates, and um the bar gets harder, right? And so yeah, so they will be ready 1, 2, 3, 4, the second week of January. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, we are going to go ahead and sign off here. This is the strawberry bar, soon to be named, um, and soon to be at home with you. All right. All right, you guys, you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for taking out the time to listen to my chit chat. And I really do appreciate it. And until next time, have a fantastic one. Work to stay balanced. I want you guys to go back and think about your childhood. What did you used to love? What did you love doing as a child? I'm from Georgia. So I loved I was a barefoot child because I just loved, it's funny because now they have this thing called earthing, and that was just me as a child. I loved going outside with no shoes on, which is probably why my feet are rather big, but I love them though. And yeah, I used to go outside and play with my little mud pies, and um, and would just enjoy life earthing, right? And so, tell me what it is that you love. Tell me, what do you enjoy doing? Okay. All right, you guys. Until next time, peace, love, and happiness. Bye.